Good evening from Monona Grove High School. It's playoff basketball. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Martinelli, and tonight the Silver Eagle boys looking to win that regional crown, taking on the Mount Horeb Barneville. What are they? I don't even remember what their name are. Here they go, the Warriors, Vikings. There we go. Prepped for everything but that. Last night, the Silver Eagles with a big victory over the Reedsburg Warriors, or Beavers. Winning that one. Boy, I'm really discombobulated. 95-61. Outstanding offensive and defensive effort by the Silver Eagles, led by Caden Nelson and Jake Schrockethiler. Who else? Those two have led them all year in scoring, and they didn't disappoint last night. Silver Eagles running the record to 22-1 with that win. Mount Horeb comes in tonight with an 18-5 record. They weren't seated as high as a lot of people thought they would. In fact, I think McFarland, who they beat last night, was seated higher. Yeah, they're one under. Mount Horeb won that one, though, 68-46. They've got a lot of good scorers. They're a deep squad, but not a lot of size. And that's one of the things that the Silver Eagles exploited last night against Reedsburg, that lack of size. Mount Horeb comes in tonight with only one player in their top 7 scorers who's taller than 6'1". And Bryce Farnsworth, that guy, is only 6'3". Silver Eagles, of course, have a big front line with 6'7" Jake Schrockenthaler, 6'7" Sam Hepp, and 6'4" Jimmy Tomei. And then they bring some big kids off the bench, too, so they're going to have some clear matchup problems against the Silver Eagles. Jake comes into tonight averaging just over 20 points a game. In the last couple weeks, he's pulled himself into 3rd position in all-time MG Boys career scoring behind Eric Holmgren and Dale Baum. Baum, he stands a good chance to catch if the Silver Eagles can keep winning. Holmgren's out of reach. Let's just say that right on the outset. Holmgren's close to 1,600 career points. Jake's at 1,088 by my figuring. He had 31 last night as he was just unstoppable in the paint. He stepped out for a few jump shots, but most of the time he was right in close and he was deadly. He refused to miss. Well, the long-range points, though, were provided by Caden Nelson. Caden hitting a career best and MG boys record 6 3-pointers last night. I say boys record because the newspaper said a school record. It was not. I was there when Kelsey Stinson hit 8 3-pointers against Madison La Follette. But for a boy, Caden shoots pretty well. No, he had an outstanding night too. 28 points for him, a career high. He picked a good night to do it in the first round of the playoffs. Now tonight we've got Mount Horeb in here. And they've got a big crowd here already. The student section is mostly full. The parents are all here and dressed in red. They've got stands set up at the left end. Let's see, that'd be the north end of the field house here. It's an electric atmosphere. Now, for those of you who tuned in for my halftime interview with David Timmerman, I've got good news and I've got bad news. I don't know which it is, but David Timmerman himself won't be here tonight. If you know David, you know I'm just kidding. He's a great guy. Unfortunately, he's unable to do it because of health. He took sick today. We're hoping to get him in because for those of you that know him, he's had a 12-year career as a referee, refereeing high school basketball, boys and girls. He's in the state tournament a couple times. So I wanted to get his perspective. Without him here, we're going to play this like a radio broadcast or a radio play. One of our students, yet to be introduced, will be playing the role of David Timmerman, and I, of course, will play myself because who better to cast me as me than me? All right. Like I said, the Silver Eagles winning big last night. Playoff basketball always gets so much more exciting. Everything is amped up and amplified. And the Silver Eagles really turned it up a notch last night. They jumped out to a 26-13 lead about 5 minutes into the game, and it was over at that point. Reedsburg did their best. Their coaches really tried, but there was nothing they could do. They didn't have the size. They came down court. They took one shot, and if they missed it, it was typically an MG rebound. I didn't see the rebounding numbers yet, but believe me, it was very one-sided. And we could be into that position tonight. As I mentioned, the Vikings don't have a lot of size themselves. Their leading scorer, let's see, Jason Larson. Where is he? Larson, he's the one tall guy they've got. He's 6'3". Well, Farnsworth is 6'3" too. Gunnar Norton is only 6'1". Dustin Zenz is 5'11". Travis Classy's 6'1". Owen Ziegler, 5'11". Tyler Krubaugh, 6 foot. They don't have a big squad, and like I mentioned, the Silver Eagles bring a lot of players with size into the starting lineup and off the bench, and so we'll see if that size difference is as significant as it was last night. Well, other games of note tonight, as this field keeps getting halved each time we play. On the other side of our bracket, our sectional bracket, DeForest is playing Stoughton. That ought to be good. DeForest beating Sauk Prairie last night, 55-39. Stoughton defeating Monroe in a tight one, 47-45 in overtime. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Silver Eagles winning 95-61, and Mount Horeb beating McFarland 68-46. So really only Stoughton was the close game in this half of the bracket. Stoughton, you recall, led the Badger South Conference for the longest time before giving it up right before the end of the season when the Silver Eagles went down to Stoughton and took it to them to win the conference championship. That was an exciting game. If you got a chance to watch that on Stoughton TV, you saw it was a very, very exciting game. The Silver Eagles came out with a purpose in mind, and they held true to it. Stoughton finished the conference record with a record of 12-2, 15-8 overall. Silver Eagles 13-1. That one lost to the Stoughton Vikings. And now we've got the Mount Horeb Vikings. Monona Grove on an 11-game winning streak. It's interesting how the season has played out. They started by winning 11 in a row, then got upset by Stoughton 82-70 at Monona Grove. That one stung. And now the Silver Eagles on another 11-game winning streak. For those of you keeping score at home, the school record for most wins in the season, for boys at least, is 26 from the 89-90 squad. That team went 26-1, not losing until they got to the state championship game where Jim Bartels had the game of his life. I remember watching that one at the championship. Bartels was like 12 out of 14 and was just unconscious, 31 points, and I believe he earned himself a scholarship to Iowa based on that performance alone. The kid was shooting the lights out. All right, last night when Mount Horeb beat McFarland, Gunnar Nortman, the junior, scored 13 points to lead them. McFarland, not a bad team, 15-7 going into that game. Mount Horeb also got 12 points out of sophomore Owen Ziegler. One of the things I noticed about McFarland is they don't have a lot of seniors. Only 2 of them listed on the roster, Travis Classy and Tyler Krubaugh. They've got 4 sophomores on the roster. So a young squad. They're missing 2. They're going to lose 2 good players to graduation, but they should have a really tough squad back again next year. Could be their year to win Badger North Conference, and who knows, maybe we'll be back here a year from now. Hopefully the Silver Eagles will be hosting. I mentioned the winner of this game will take on the winner of DeForest and Stoughton. That'll be next Thursday night at 7 o'clock at Sun Prairie High School. And then the sectional championship is 1 o'clock Saturday, March 10th at Oregon High School. Oregon's got that brand new gym. It's a beauty too. I went out there to watch the MG girls play in the playoffs, and that is really a nice gym. Comfortable, roomy, nice room for all the AV equipment. With any luck, we'll be broadcasting that one on the radio on WVMO. Thanks for tuning in. We're also available to watch on YouTube on the Monona Community Media channel. I know we've got scores of fans there, scores of viewers. All right, we're just a minute or so away from National Anthem and player introductions, and we'll get going here. Silver Eagles in their home white jerseys with those sleeveless hoodies. It's an interesting fashion choice for warm-ups. Mount Horeb going a little more traditional. Coaches Nesheim and Zweifel calling their players over to the sidelines where they'll get last-second instructions, line up for the National Anthem. We'll get this underway. This is exciting stuff. Forgive me if I get rather animated. Oh, the kid took a header. Kid running across half court took a dive. All right, the pep band of both schools are here. I believe his home team, MG, gets to play it first. So please stand, doff your cap, kneel, sit, stand, turn around, whatever you care to do. But now it's time for the National Anthem. Soon. Boy, I look down the Mount Horeb lineup of players, and they're all the same height, it seems, except for the little guy on the end. Silver Eagles got some big, big men. All right, now the national anthem. Feel free to sing along. All right, nice job. Now our starting lineups. First, from Mount Horeb, the Vikings. Number 1, Dustin Zenz, a 5'11 junior starting at one guard. Number 2, Travis Classy, a 6'1 senior at a guard. Number 3, Bryce Farnsworth, a 6'3 junior. Number 10, Gunnar Nortman, a 6'1 junior. And I missed who the other one was. I'm going to guess number 11, Jason Larson, a 6'3 junior. So Zenz, Classy, Farnsworth, Nortman, and Larson. And now your Silver Eagles starting lineup. Number 5, 6'7 junior forward, Sam Hepp. Number 23, 6'4 senior forward, Jimmy Tomei. Jimmy doing an excellent job last night on Tyson Tully. At one guard, number 2, a 6'1 junior, Caden Nelson, the second leading scorer on the team. 6' senior guard, his cousin, number 21, Max Nelson. And rounding out the starting lineup, the third all-time Silver Eagle boys scorer, number 33, 6'7 senior, Jake Schrockenthaler. We'll talk about some of the players Jake passed on his way to number 3 on the all-time list. Silver Eagles with the little pregame ritual here. Lead them in, Austin. All right, we're ready to go. 18 minutes on the clock. Larson will jump center, probably against Big Jake. So the Silver Eagles, it's Nelson, Hepp, Tomei, and Schrockenthaler. All right, Zenz, Classy, Farnsworth, Larson, and Nortman. And Zenz will control the tip for the Vikings. He'll hand off to Jason Larson, the 6'3 junior. He'll bring it across, guarded by Tomei. Tries to drive to the right side. Gets by Caden Nelson and Tomei for the easy basket. Jason Larson draws first blood, and it's a 2-0 Mount Horeb lead. Now Caden Nelson. Caden deadly with threes last night. Sam Hepp chipped in a couple as well. Tomei driving in. Out to Hepp in the right corner. Cross court, skip past to Max. Up top to Caden. Swing it to the right for Jake. Can't get the three. Rebound Zenz. That's really not the shot you want Jake taking all the time. Zenz driving, drawing the foul. Caden Nelson called for his first foul. Caden had the first foul of the night last night, too. Now Zenz will throw it up high. This is Nortman, Gunnar Nortman. Zenz. Nortman, Zenz. Classy coming in from the right side. Dump it out to Larson. 3 from the left corner. Boom. Jason Larson with 5 points, and it's a 5-0 Mount Horeb lead. 2 possessions, 2 baskets, 2 shots. Like I said, they don't have to rebound if they're going to shoot like that. Cap in the right corner. Out to Caden. He'll drive in from the left side. Float one up there. No foul call, but Caden for 2. Nice effort to drop that one in, and the Silver Eagles get on the board. It's a 5-2 Mount Horeb lead. Zenz bringing it across the timeline. Picked up by Caden. Classy, the floater for 2. So Mount Horeb not missing on their first 3 shots. It's 7-2. This is Tomei, right elbow. Try to dribble in, dump it in to Jake, and Jake for an easy 2. That's their game, and it works quite well. Jake with his first 2 of the night. It's a 7-4 Mount Horeb lead. Zenz in the left side. Larson fake the 3, step back. Now he's trying to post up against Tomei. Nice move by Zenz. Zenz' little spin move. They've got 5 or 6 guys that all average between 9 and 13 points. A well-balanced scoring attack, and it's 9-4. Mount Horeb on top. Tomei dump it out to Caden for 3. Caden picking up where he left off last night. Makes his first 3 of the night. It's a 9-7 Mount Horeb lead. Nortman dumping it over to Classy. They haven't got Farnsworth in the action much. He got a touch there. Taken away by Caden Nelson. Jimmy Tomei will bring it across. Jimmy tried to drive, right-hand layup. Foul on the floor. I think they're going to get this on Farnsworth. Yep, Bryce Farnsworth. Sounds like a reclusive millionaire name. Bryce Farnsworth. Knocked out of bounds by Classy. Let's see how they're matching up here. All right, they've got Farnsworth covering Hep. No, Gunnar Nortman is. And Zenz covering Jake. Sam trying to back in there. Zenz only 5'11", giving up an easy 88 inches to Jake. Tomei to Max Nelson. Max into the paint, dump it out. They swing it around up top to Caden. Left side. Tomei dump it into Jake. Jake gets the basket. What are they going to call? A foul before the shot. So Silver Eagles will get the ball under their own basket. Second foul against the Vikings. Gunnar Nortman called for his first. Max Nelson inbounding under the MG basket. Gets it out to Caden. Tomei up top. Jimmy drives a little. Now kick it back to Sam for 3. Help Miranda. 10-9 the Silver Eagles with the lead. We're 4.5 minutes into the game. Larson trying to drive in from the right side, goes up top to Zenz. This is Norman driving in. Batted away by Schrockenthaler. Jake had a very angry look upon his face. A lot of emotion out there right now. See if this works, who it works for and who it doesn't work for. They can get it out to Gunnar on the right side. Norman passes off to Classy, trying to drive in. Gets into the paint, kicks it back to Nortman, just inside the 3-point circle. Rebound, Tomei. Jimmy will give it to Max Nelson. Drive in from the free throw line. Caden for 3. Boom, baby! Caden Nelson. Second 3 of the night. He has 8 points already. It's a 13-9 MG lead. Silver Eagles looking for win number 23 on the season. Puts them in rarefied air. Nice pass to Classy. 15-footer, he drops it in. Classy has 4 points now, and it's a 13-11 MG lead. Tomei bringing it across. Jimmy dumps it back to Sam Hep on the right side, tries to drive in, and picks up a foul. This is going to be the 3rd foul already on on the Vikings. Second foul on Nordman. So Nordman will come out. And Farnsworth will come out. Who's coming in? Tyler Krubaugh, number 23. And number 20, Owen Ziegler. Krubaugh, a 6-foot senior. Ziegler, a 5'11 sophomore. Caden up top. Jimmy on the right elbow, or left elbow. Kick it back to Caden. He'll drive the lane, float one, finger roll for 2. 10 points for Caden already. It's 15-11. MG leads, 13-15 to play in the first half. Zenz, top of the key. Kick it over to, what's his name, Ziegler to Larson. They're swinging around. Right side is Zenz. Zenz will dribble up between the circles, guarded by Tomei. Drive the lane. He's going to get fouled. Could be any number of guys. I'm guessing they're going to get Sam Hepp. I would have thought Schrock. Nope, Tomei. Not right on any count. Just the second Silver Eagle foul. Not a shooting foul yet in this game. Zen's trying to inbound over those long arms of Sam Hepp. They get it into Ziegler. Ziegler trying to go left baseline. Needs some help. Kicks it out to Larson for 3. Larson! His second 3 of the night. He has 8 points. He averages 12.4 a game. He's their leading scorer, and he's showing it tonight. 15-14. The MG lead is just one. Tomei into the lane. Partially blocked. Gets the putback. Jake gets that one. Missed again. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be MG ball. Silver Eagles with 3 prime opportunities there. Tomei had the finger roll on the layup. Couldn't get it to drop. Got the putback. Wouldn't drop. Jake had one roll off the rim, and then it gets batted out of bounds. So it's MG ball. They loop one into Jimmy on the right side. He hands off to Caden. Bring it up top. Caden goes to Max on the left. Max will come up top. Over to Caden on the right elbow. Tomei left side. He gets to the free throw line looking for some help. Finds Hepp. 3 ball. In and out. Rebound Classy. Ahead to Zenz. Vikings on the run. Larson stops. Thought about the 3. No, he dumps it inside for Krubaugh. Krubaugh over to Ziegler for 3. The sophomore's first shot. No good. And whistles all over the place. Over the top of the backboard. It's MG ball. Woo! Nelly. Henry Houston and Alec Ogden coming in. Hepp and Max Nelson will take a seat. MG going big with this lineup. Caden Nelson, the only player under 6'4". And Mount Horeb without a player as tall as 6'4". They go inside. Nice play by travel called there on Ogden. Nice play by number 2, Travis Clossy, to stop that pass. They had Trockenthaler open underneath, and they couldn't get the ball to him. 15-14, 11:38 to play in the first half. Silver Eagles up by 1, but Mount Horeb has the ball. This is Ziegler up top to Zenz. Zenz work against Henry Houston. Larson, left side, tries to find a way in. Tomei, he gets the baseline, blocked by Ogden. Tomei on the run. Silver Eagles with a 4-on-2 break. Ahead to Jake. Can't get it to drop. Ogden can't get the rebound. Ziegler comes up with it for Mount Horeb. Excuse me there. Golden opportunity, and the Silver Eagles can't convert on the offensive transition. Zen's up top now, guarded by Houston again. Tries to drive in, floats one up, gets the basket and the foul. Dustin Zenz. Henry Houston got beat on that one, I just have to say it. Zen's a quick little guy. Now he gets his first free throw of the night and drops it in. 5 points for Zenz. All right, Hepp and Max Nelson will come in. Caden Nelson and Jimmy Tomei will sit down. So still, big height advantage for the Silver Eagles. Max the only guy under 6'4". Houston up top, guarded by Zenz. Swings it left side to Hepp. Max for 3. Knocks it down. The three-point shot is working for the Silver Eagles. They've hit 4 of them already in the first 7.5 minutes. 10:25 to go in the first half. It's an 18-17 MG lead. Larson harassed by Houston, something fierce. This is Krubal up top. Over to Zen's right side. Guarded by Houston. He tries to drive the lane. Kick it out to Krubal for 3. No. Tipped. And it's going the other way. Foul on the Vikings. Ziegler picking up his first. Ziegler averaging 6.4 a game. His first varsity season, just a sophomore. Max Nelson will slow things down a little as he walks it across. Picked up by Ziegler. Almost lost the dribble there. Now needs some help. Goes across to the left side to Houston. He'll come up top. Knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. It'll be MG ball. Big pep band for Mount Horeb. They're known for their music program. I've gone to several of their concerts. Have nieces and nephews that go to school or went to school there. Zenz saves it from going out of bounds. Comes up with the steal. No, they said over and back. So it's MG ball. Good effort there by Zenz, first of all, to tap that pass away, and then good hustle to try and save it. But referee says over and back. I'm not going to argue. It's MG ball, and Silver Eagles with a 19-17 lead. 9:45 to play in the first half. Max Nelson kick it out to Houston into the lane. 8-footer, no. Nope, that's Krubal with the rebound. Zenz will bring it up, picked up by Houston at half court. Zenz tried to drive right side again, flips one up, can't get it to drop, right into the hands of Ogden. Zenz down in the backcourt. He's on his feet now. Silver Eagles had numbers for a split second there. Hep for 3, long. Tipped. Ogden knocks it away. It's going to go to the Vikings. Ogden was trying to tip it to Max Nelson. Couldn't quite get there. Now Tomei and Caden Nelson will come in. Ogden and Schrockenthaler will sit down. Woo! Fast pace so far. 9:11 to play. 9:17. No, 9:11 to play. What do we got here? Players coming in. Who's this guy? Number 5. Number 5, Ethan Post, a 6'1 sophomore. I think that's the only change. Yeah, Ziegler sat down. One sophomore for another. All right, this is Farnsworth. He's back in the game, guarded by Hep. To the free throw line, kick it out to just beyond the three-point circle, Larson. This is Zenz. They swing it around to the right corner to, what's his name, the new guy, Post. Farnsworth up top now with the ball working against Houston. Trying to drive, and Henry's got him figured out this time. This is Larson. He'll step back. Thought about the 3, looking inside. Tipped away by Caden Nelson. Sam Hep on the run. In the corner to Tomei. Right corner, he'll bring it out. Give it to Max Nelson. Up top to Henry Houston. Henry, back to Tomei. Right elbow. Into the lane, kick it back. They go to Houston in the left corner. He'll drive the lane. Caden from the top of the key. Knocks down another one. Caden in his last game and a quarter has made 9 3-pointers, and we've got a timeout called. 21-17, the Silver Eagles lead. Caden is in a groove, and when he's in a groove, if they can play off him and Schrock getting the ball inside, they're going to be really tough to stop. Would be nice to see him win this one and maybe 4 more games. Wouldn't that be sweet? 8:12 to play. We're about halfway through the first half. 21-17, the Silver Eagles lead it. They put up 50 points in that first half last night against Mount Horeb. 50 in the first half, 45 in the second half. That score at halftime was 50-31, and they jumped on Reedsburg as soon as that second half started. They didn't know what hit them. It was bad enough they were getting beat that bad in the first half. All right. Fort Atkinson will walk it up. This is Zenz with the ball. Zenz against Max Nelson. They go inside for Krubal, guarded by Schrock. He can't do anything there. He's got to go up top to Zenz. Jake had him covered like a blanket. This is Krubal again into the left corner or right corner. This is Larson. Larson picked up by Tomei. Jimmy's their best defender, I think. Oh, he almost came up with the steal there off Krubal. Now he picks up Larson in the exchange. Now Larson will dribble towards the free throw line, turn around. Give it to Farnsworth. Can't get the 3. Right into the hands of Jake. Max Nelson on the run. He'll stop, let everybody catch up with him. 7:29 to play in the first half. Caden for three again. Nope, rebound Jake, the putback, no. Sam will put it in and get the foul as well. Sam was Johnny on the spot. Not only getting that rebound, putting it right back up, drawing the foul. Crowball called for his first foul. 5th team foul against only 3 for the Silver Eagles. Now Crewball and what's his name, Post will sit down. Never liked that kid anyways. Number 22 in the game, Charlie Fish, 5'10", what else? A sophomore. Sam can't get it to drop. Rebound Zenz. Got to make your free throws, Sam. Zenz goes to, what did I say, 22's name was Charlie Fish. Back to Classy, to Zenz in the right corner. He'll take the three and knock it down. Zenz with 8 points. He and Larson both with 8. It's a 23-20 MG lead though. Tomei top of the key working against Zenz. To Hep. Left side, he'll stop. Give it to Caden, they loop it into Jake. Jake kicks it out to Max for 3. No, off the back of the rim, rebound Larson. Larson give it to Zenz, and they'll walk it up with 6:35 to play in the first half. 23-20, Silver Eagles lead. Zenz, left corner, guarded by Jake off his foot. Fish loses it. Max Nelson picks it up on the run. Off one of the Vikings and out of bounds. It's MG ball down at their end of the court. Ogden will come in and Jake will sit down for a bit. Boy, Silver Eagles really keeping the pressure on with all these big guys. All right. Zenz will sit down and Owen Ziegler will step in. Zenz has not had a break yet and he's playing like a demon. He's a good player. I like this kid. Too bad he's on the other team. Tomei, top of the key. Give it to Max to the free throw line. Caden on the left elbow. Now they loop it in for Ogden. Ogden, no foul called. Give it out to Max. Swing it to Caden. Tomei on the right. Into the lane. No. Back to Max for 3. In and out. Rebound Classy. Ooh, almost a walk there by Bryce Farnsworth. Classy almost had it stripped by Tomei. Out to Larson. 2 ball. Larson with 10 points. 1 point lead for MG, 23-22. 5:35 to play in the first half. This is Caden Nelson coming in from the right. Back to Tomei. Missing the 3. Rebound Ziegler. They give it to Classy. Brings it across. Stripped by Ogden. Ogden quickly ahead to Caden. Caden will lay that in. He'll make that one every time. Caden Nelson with 15 points. He started off like this last night. Ended up with 28, a career high. Larson to Fish, left side. Guarded by Hep. Now he'll drive in towards the free throw line. Stop. Kick it over to Ziegler on the left. Ziegler will drive to the free throw line. Now they swing it around to Larson. Outside, they try to loop it inside. And they're going to say Farnsworth got hooked. Yep, foul against Max Nelson. Hooking's a hockey foul, isn't it? Well, we're not sending Max to the box. All right, for the Silver Eagles, we got changes. Schrockenthaler, Houston, Ogden, Hep, and Jaden Robinson making his first appearance of the night. All on defense against the Vikings. Nice pass inside there. Oh, we're going to get a foul on Jaden. They made a nice pass into Classy. He missed it. Larson got the rebound and gave it right back to Classy, and Classy got fouled by Jaden Robinson, who just came into the game. Welcome to the big time. Classy makes his first. That ties, no, I'm sorry. Silver Eagles up 25-23, 4:49 to play in the first half. Classy's second one. That makes it a 1 point MG lead. Classy has 6 points. Caden Nelson will walk it up for the Silver Eagles. Leading by 1, 4:42 to play. Caden into the lane, needs some help, and called for a travel. He should have stopped that just a step or two before and passed the ball as he was running into trouble. Now officials sit down and Zenz will come back in and he'll bring it up. Picked up by Jaden Robinson, top of the key. They go to Ziegler at the free throw line. Ziegler trying to drive in from the left side. Turnaround right-hander, no. Rebound, Henry Houston. Henry will bring it up. No, he's going to give it to Caden and let him do it. That's what the little guys are good for. Jaden Robinson now left side up top to Henry. Henry thought about that three for a second. Jaden right side up top to Caden. Caden wants the ball. Henry wants it too. He'll give it back to Caden. They look inside for Jake. Jake wants the ball. The other team wants Jake, and they foul him, and he'll go to the line for the first time tonight. 16 foul. We're shooting the rest of the way. That's Travis Classy picking up his first. Jake's first trip to the line. He has only 2 points in the first half. There's number 3. Tomei will come in, and Henry Houston will sit down. Jake with 3 points. He averages 20.3. Missing that one. Tipped right back to Jake. Nice play by Sam Hepp. Robinson, Caden inside to Jake. Jake converts that to 2. So instead of a 3-point play, they made it a 4-point play. We'll take it. 28-24, 3:50 to play. Zenz up top against Jaden Robinson. Classy for 3. Boy, that was nice. That was a nice catch and shoot. And he had nothing but net. Now Caden, top of the key. This is Tomei. They whip it across, up top to Caden. He thought about the 3, now a drive in and lost it. They're going to say he was fouled. A 1-point MG lead. Caden with a chance for a 1-and-1. Foul on number 11, Jason Larson, his first. Now Max Nelson will come in and Jaden Robinson will sit down. 3:27 to play. Fast-moving first half. Silver Eagles with a 1-point lead, 27-28. Caden drops that baby down. 16 points for the junior, and another free throw coming up. 16 points in the first half. We still have 3.5 minutes to go. There we go. That's 17 points for Caden in the first half. 3:25. 30-27. Larson into the free throw line. He'll back up now, picked up by Tomei. This is Classy on the left, up top to Larson again. He'll try to drive the lane. Can't get it to drop. Rebound, Max Nelson. Ahead to Caden. Silver Eagles on the run. Caden loops it into Schreck. 4 guys around him. Schreck can't get it to drop, but he draws the foul and will go to the line again. It's like the Hack-a-Shack defense. As soon as Jake gets the ball, 4 guys drop in on him. They may want to consider exploiting that and kicking it out to one of the shooters. All right, the foul on Classy, his second. Jake drops the first one in there. They are free. You may as well take advantage of them. Classy will sit down. And 23, Krubaugh will come in. Jake's second free throw. Missed. Krubaugh with the rebound. Jake just 2 out of 4 from the line. Under 3 minutes to play in the half. A 31-27 MG lead. Long three-pointer by Farnsworth. Wow. That was NBA distance. That was his first basket of the game. I don't know if most guys would have the confidence to shoot that one after missing their first couple. Back to a 1-point game, 31-30, MG on top. Cross court to Sam Hepp. Sam will drive in from the left side, kick it out to Tomei. Max back to Jimmy on the right. Jimmy driving in. Jimmy fouled on the floor, gets a 1-and-1. That's a 9th team foul. They're picking up a bunch of them here. Foul on who? Number 20. Second foul on Owen Ziegler, the sophomore. Will send Jimmy Tomei to the line. Jimmy looking for those first points of the night. There's one of them. 32-30 with 2:25 to play in the first half. Jimmy's second one, short. And it appears we have a line violation against the Silver Eagles. Oh, they're calling it against Jake. No, they're calling a foul against Jake, just his first. I thought it was just a line violation. All right. Zenz will bring it up. Zenz sounds like a lightweight 80s beverage, like Zima. It's like Zima, only zestier. Larson trying to get in there, nothing doing. Crew ball coming in. He'll back out and give it back to Larson. 2 minutes to play. And Mount Horeb spreading off into what appears to be a four corners. Now Zenz going one-on-one against Max Nelson, and Max fouls him. Will send Zenz to the line for two. I thought they're setting up this stall. What they were doing was clearing things out for Zenz to go one-on-one with somebody. Now Henry Houston will come in. I assume he's going to take Max's spot. We'll see Zenz shoot his first free throw. Makes that one. He's 2 for 2 from the line. Number 5, Post will come in for Owen Ziegler. Like I mentioned, a lot of sophomores on this squad. Zen's second free throw is good. I have him for 10 points. He averages 9.2, and it's a 32-32 game, minute 45 to play. Silver Eagles with the ball in a tie game. Tomei, left side, out to Hepp. Swing it right side to Caden. Caden will back up a couple steps, get a better view of things. And hand off to Tomei coming towards the top of the circle. Tomei to Caden, 3 ball. Ooh, in and out. Rebound Hepp, right back up with it, no. Caden with the rebound and the putback and draws the foul and will go to the line for a couple. Caden came sailing in. I couldn't figure out who that was. Got some air under those sneakers. Post picking up his first foul. Caden, got to make your free throws. Fish coming in and Ogden coming in. Schrockenthaler will sit down. And number 5, the kid that just came in, Ethan Post, is going to take a seat. Caden missing them both. Ogden with the putback, can't get it to drop. Wrestles the rebound away. Gets the basket and the foul. Excellent effort by Alec Ogden there. Couldn't get it to drop the first time, but sure did the second time. Force of will. Second foul called on Krubaugh. Send Ogden to the line for one. Can't get it to drop. Houston almost took that rebound away. Now they're going to say he fouled Larson. Darn it. We walk back the other way. A Silver Eagle lead of 34-32 could evaporate here. Larson with a 1-on-1. Minute 11 to play, 34-32. The Silver Eagles up. Larson makes it a 1-point game before half. Schrock will come in and Ogden will sit down. Ogden with a great effort to get that rebound and go back up with it on the other end of the floor. Only wish he'd made his free throw, but can't have everything. But what if you could? Larson hitting them both. 2 for 2 from the line tonight for the young man, and it's a tie game at 34. Minute 10 to play. Tomei bringing it across the timeline. Silver Eagles content to take some time off the clock. Tomei tries driving in from the left. Draws a foul. Get a couple free throws. Farnsworth's called for his second. A lot of guys, 5 of them in fact, with 2 fouls apiece for the Vikings. Only Max Nelson has as many as 2 for Monona Grove. Okay, Tomei to the line where he's 1 for 1. That's 2 for 2. All right, number 12 coming in for the Vikings, Logan Rasmussen, a 5'8 junior, obviously for his rebounding abilities. Tomei's second one coming up. Bangs it off the rim, rebound Fish. Fish will give it to Zenz, and Zenz will bring it across. Guarded by Houston. 45 seconds left in the half. They clear out so Zenz can go one-on-one. He gives it to Fish, pressured by Sam Hepp. Now Fish needing some help. There, timeout called by the Vikings. Don't forget, we'll have a halftime interview with a pseudo, David Timmerman, supervisor for the state's Department of Children and Families, and a former WIAA referee for 12 years. We'll get some of his views on refereeing, on basketball, what he liked about it, who his favorite coaches were, all sorts of good stuff like this. 34 seconds to play before the half. The score 35-34. Not quite as high scoring as last night, but still these teams putting some points up. Monona Grove averages 79 a game. But Mount Horeb no slouches either, as they put up 65 a game, and their average margin is 10.5 points. Considering the 8 losses in there, when they win by a bunch. All right, Fischel inbounded right in front of the scorer's table. Silver Eagles with Houston, Hepp, Caden Nelson, Jimmy Tomei, and who else have we got? Ogden on the floor, I believe. Yep. This is crew ball, top of the key, out to Zenz. 15 seconds left as they're setting Zenz up to go one-on-one against Houston. Caden cheating over a little bit to watch for him. 6 seconds left. Zenz to the free throw line. Stop. Little kick, jump. Ogden. Little panic. Throwing it a little early there, but got the rebound. And they'll go to the locker room. The Silver Eagles leading the Mount Horeb Vikings 35-34. We'll be back in about 3 minutes with the interviews. Please stay tuned. This is WVMO, the voice of Monona. Good evening, welcome to halftime at Silver Eagle Basketball. I'm Steve Martinelli, and with me tonight, the pseudo David Timmerman. The real David Timmerman couldn't be here, so David Gettner sitting in his place. We've got 8 questions for David, a lifetime WIA official. He couldn't be here, so he gave me his answers in writing, and David's going to read them for us. Playing the role of David, it's David. David, thank you for being David.
Oh, thank you.
And for being David, too.
All right.
All right, first let's talk about your career. Where did you play high school basketball, and who was your coach?
So I went to Platteville High School, where Rich Rissner was coach. Those were the years when Platteville dominated the football scene. It was just great. The UW football, Paul Christ was 2 years ahead of me and was a great athlete. I always looked up to him. When we always hated Cuba City in basketball, and my job was to play defense.
Were you any good? Did you have any thoughts of playing in college?
Yeah, I always thought about college, but I don't know. I was just too short to play on that high of a level, no pun intended.
That was good. How'd you get interested in refereeing?
I actually got interested in officiating when I was helping my kids' 5th grade team. We had an official come in and talk about the rules and in the beginning of the season. And the official was from Oregon, and he is still officiating today.
That's something. 5th grade. Wow. So when you first became an official, any rookie mistakes that first year?
Oh, rookie mistakes? Tell me about it. Of course, and I learned quickly to admit it when the mistake was made. My worst call ever was during the college women's game, and on a drive to the hoop, the defender went up for a block. Unfortunately, I anticipated like a fool a foul and blew the whistle before the block even happened. The right call would have been a clean block that went out of bounds in order no call. As imagine, coach was all that. As you could imagine, the coach of the time that I called a foul on jumped up and started screaming and yelling. At the next step ball, I immediately ran to her and apologized for screwing up the call. Coaches understand we make mistakes, but we have to admit it as well.
Well, I'm not going to make you throw any bad coaches under the bus, but tell me about some of the good coaches. Were there any that you liked working with?
Yeah, I was fortunate and worked with a lot of great coaches. Coach Karen Townsend from River Ridge, Coach Pettigrew from Cuba City, Jim Meyer from Barneville, and many more.
Pettigrew's won over 900 games in his career as a coach. It's a fantastic record. He played here a couple years ago. He brought his team up, and it was an honor just to be in the same gym as that guy. So all these players you've seen, all these years of refereeing, who's some of the best players you've ever seen?
Well, I met a lot of players. I was lucky enough to work with many from the WMCA All-Stars game and officiate some of the best players in the state. Some that jump to mind are Bronson Koenig, Wesley Matthews, and Nicole Griffin.
Oh, I remember her. She was something. She was out of one of the Milwaukee schools. Okay, the best part of refereeing, and you're retired now from reffing. What do you miss about it?
I don't know. I miss a lot working with the kids. That was probably the best part of it. They all work hard, and I enjoy talking with them, making them laugh in between plays. I miss the comradeship with other officials, especially I love the drive to be the best official out there.
David, one last question. You wear glasses in real life. Did you wear glasses when you were officiating?
No, I always wore contacts when officiating. I didn't want to hear all the comments about glasses.
Good move, good move. A coach would jump on that pretty fast.
Right.
Well, that's our interview with almost a WIAA referee, David Timmerman. David, I hope you're enjoying this. David, you did a great job.
All right,
Thanks so much for filling in. Timmerman, we're going to get you on here one of these days. He was actually coming up here to watch this officiating crew. Two of his mentors are on this crew, and I'm sure it would have meant a lot to them to have one of their proteges up here watching. He worked on as part of this crew, so he worked that game a couple years ago when Taylor Nelson missed a couple free throws that would have sent us into the state tournament.
Yeah, what a game.
That was a hard one. All right, well, we'll be back with the second half of Silver Eagle basketball in a little bit. 35-34, the MG boys ahead of the Mount Horeb Vikings. This is WVMO, the voice of Monona. Welcome back to the second half of Silver Eagle basketball. The MG boys leading the Mount Horeb Vikings 35-34. I'm Steve Martinelli, and this is about as exciting as it can get. The Silver Eagles have led most of the first half, but Mount Horeb refuses to go away. You remember, they came out strong to start the second half last night, and Reedsburg crumbled. We'll see if Mount Horeb can withstand the MG onslaught. Scoring in the first half for the Vikings, they were led with 12 points by Jason Larson, 10 points for Dustin Zenz, 9 for Travis Classy. Bryce Farnsworth with that huge, long three-pointer, and they've got nobody else. All they're scoring out of those four guys, and usually they're scoring a little more balanced than that. On the Silver Eagle side of things, well, who would you expect to be leading things? Caden Nelson continues his hot three-point shooting. He hit 3 of them in the first half. He leads MG with 17 points. He's already over his season average. Let's see, Jake Schrockenthaler with just 6 in the first half. He's trailing his average a little bit. Sam Hepp with 5 points, including a three-pointer. Max Nelson had a three-pointer. Jimmy Tomei hit a couple of free throws, and Alec Ogden with a huge 2-point basket. Silver Eagles having trouble at the free throw line. I've got them 6 for 12. You got to hit better than 50%. By my reckoning, the Vikings have made 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 9 free throws, I think, straight without missing. So something's got to give here. The Silver Eagles free throw shooting is going to have to get better. Well, Mount Horeb, you remember, had a pretty decent football team last year. They finished the season 9-2, 6-1 in conference, second place behind Wanakee. They lost to Catholic Memorial in the second level of the playoffs, 26-20 in that game. Krubaugh, who we've seen tonight, caught a 50-yard touchdown pass. He was their leading receiver yardage-wise all season, caught 8 touchdown passes and was all conference. And Classy, their other wide receiver, caught 2 touchdown passes in that game. Winston, we haven't seen him play tonight. What's his first name? Malik Winston was an all-conference running back for the Vikings. Not getting into this game at all. He was pretty good though. Ran for almost 1,800 yards and 27 touchdowns. Gunnar Nortman was also a tight end. He looks like it. He's a big kid. He caught 7 passes for 95 yards. So a passing team at Mount Horeb, as they have been for years. Of course, remember when they had Max Mailer? Boy, they put up some yards. So that offensive coordinator came to MG, and Alec Ogden put up the yards. All right, student sections are revved up. We're good to go. 18 fresh minutes on the clock. We've got the starting 5s out there, and let's play some basketball and find out who's going to Sun Prairie next Thursday night. Up top is Schrock. Left side, Sam Hepp. Sam into the lane, give it to Max. Max trying to go right baseline, kick it back to Hepp. Cross court, skip pass to Tomei, up to Caden, top of the key. Caden to the free throw line and back off. To Max, looking inside for Shrek for 2. I have a feeling they talked about getting it inside for Jake more. So the Silver Eagles with the first blood in the second half. They lead at 37-34. This Classy trying to back in, almost lost it. Turns around, drops it in for his first basket of the second half. Classy had 9 in the first half. 2 more here, and he's over his average now. Caden Nelson top of the key to Jimmy on the right side. Jimmy to Sam up top. Sam to Caden on the left. He'll drive against Ziegler and drop it in. Caden with 19 now. 39-36, MG leads. 16:50 to play in the game. Classy to Larson for 3. Nope, not this time. Rebound Jake. No question there. The Silver Eagles looking like a forest of trees down there with a couple little trolls running around. You know, Mount Horeb is the troll way. Jake from the free throw line will drive in, right hand hook. Get in there. No, tipped out. Caden thought about the 3. Now he'll drive in, left hand finger roll for 2. Caden for 21 now. 28 last night was his career high. Larson come up from the left elbow. Lays up, blocked, knocked out of bounds by Jake. They're going to call a foul on him, though. Little bit of body on him. Made sure that ball wasn't going in the hoop, though. Hit some poor trombonist with the blocked shot. Just the second foul on Jake. That sends Gunnar Nortman to the line. Nortman scoreless. I got to quit saying that, but he misses that one. I believe that's the first miss. Ziegler will sit down and Zenz will come in. Why wasn't Zenz starting, I wonder? Nortman missing them both. Rebound Jake. They get it to Jimmy in the right corner. They got Jake open underneath. Didn't get it out to him fast enough. Max, top of the key. Just to the right now is Jimmy. Cross court to Caden. And a foul called on Sam Hepp. Trying to get position and a little bit of pushing and a shoving. Gouging and a stomping. First foul on Sam. Second team foul on the Silver Eagles here to start the second half. 15:50 to play. 41-36, MG up by 5. Larson will walk it up. Picked up by Jake between the circles. No, that's Norman. I'm sorry, not Larson. Norman lays up the left-hander for 2. It is a nice move. That's his first basket of the night, though. Now Caden will bring it back. Silver Eagles lead just 3 now, 41-38. 15:20 to play. We got Caden on the left side. To Max on the right. Little fake. Step back. Give it to Jimmy up top. Jimmy into the paint. Dump it to Jake. Jake, guys all over him. Like I said, they've been playing hack-a-shack with Jake. Every time he gets the ball, there's a crowd there. You're going to get Zenz. Just the first foul on Dustin Zenz. Jake will inbound underneath the MG basket. Up top to Jimmy. Jimmy. What's the difference between Jimmys and sprinkles? Anyone? Jimmy will take it in from the right side. No, out to Sam on the left. Up top to Jimmy now. Max for 3 from the right corner. Short right into the hands of Nortman. Nortman on the run. Intercepted by Caden, but he stepped out of bounds where it'll be Mount Horeb ball. 14:47 to play. A 3-point MG lead, 41-38. Nortman doing the inbounding honors to Zenz in the backcourt. He'll bring it across and give it to Larson. They're taking a different tact here, letting Larson go one-on-one against Jake. He'll have to stop at the free throw line and give it to Nortman. They're going into a 4 corners type of thing, where they've got everybody spaced out and they're letting guys go one-on-one. Now this is, oh, that's not a foul. Come on. David, I know you're listening, but come on, what are these guys doing to us? Jake called for his 3rd foul there. I thought it was a clean block on Larson. Now Andy Whitty explaining it to Big Jake. They're going to keep him in there and send Larson to the line for 2. Cans the first. Now Alec Ogden will come in for Jake. It's all right. We can play good with Alec in there. 14:25 to play and a 2-point MG lead. Larson makes it a 1-point game with his 4th straight free throw. Caden bringing it across for the Silver Eagles, up by 1. Tomei, long pass to Hepp in left corner. His man fell down, but passed it to Caden for 3, in and out. Rebound Zenz, almost stepped out of bounds with it. Zenz down the floor in a hurry. Looking ahead. Air ball knocked out of bounds. That was who? Farnsworth shooting that one, then hitting the deck. 14:02. Zenzo inbound under his own basket. A 1-point MG lead, 41-40. They go up top to Larson. Into Nortman. Not much of a shot, or was it partially blocked? In any case, the Silver Eagles get the ball back. Caden to Max in the corner, back up top to Caden. Sam in the left side trying to back in. Kick it out to Caden, up top to Jimmy. Jimmy to the free throw line, looking for some help, finds Sam inside for Alec Ogden. Count it, and the foul. Ogden playing well in place of Jake Schrockenthaler. His 2nd basket under duress, and he'll go to the line with a chance to make a 3-point play. Ogden averaging 4 points a game. He's right there now. That's the 3rd foul on number 3, Bryce Farnsworth. Daddy, they keep calling fouls on me. Ogden, there we go. That's better. Ogden making the free throw. It's 44-40 MG lead, 13:28 to play in the game. Zenz gave up the dribble kind of quick there. Finds Ziegler on the right side. Now he'll back up. Take Caden up top. There's Zenz, guarded by Max. They go left side. Classy for 2. Classy had a quiet 9 points in the first half. He's got 4 here in the second. Cuts the Silver Eagle lead down to just 2. They go inside for Ogden. Nice backdoor pass to Tomei, but knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. Alec had the right idea there. They inbound it to Hepp in the right corner. Up top to Ogden, they swing it around. This is Caden at the top of the key. Give it to Max, back to Caden at the top. Now Tomei will take a try at the top. Kick it to Caden. They go to Ogden in the right corner. Caden, he'll drive into the lane, float one up, but draw the foul. 2 shots. Couldn't get the basket, but he's going to go to the line for 2. 3rd foul on Classy. Caden Nelson from the line for 2. There's his first. .22 points for Caden now. Crew ball comes in for Classy. Caden's 2nd shot is also good. He's 4 out of 6 from the line tonight. Back to his 4-point MG lead, 46-42. They loop it inside, looking for Larson. Almost taken away by Caden. They get it out to Crewball, who'll come in. And a foul on the floor. Foul on Max Nelson. His 3rd foul, so he'll come out and Henry Houston will come in his place. Third foul on Max, like I said. Zenz inbounding to Nortman, who gets the easy bucket. I mean, we're not really easy. He had to fight off the defender, but he made a nice shot, to be honest. He earned it. Tomei up top. Get into the free throw line, give it out to Henry Houston. Henry looking for some help, finds Jimmy off on the right side. Back up top to Caden. They loop it into Ogden, kick it back to Jimmy. Oh, he should have taken that 3. Now they kick it to Henry from the left side. He'll drive the lane. No foul call, but he gets the bank shot to drop. Henry and his first field goal of the night. Good time for two. 11:40 to play, 48-44 MG. Clinging to that 4 points. Zenz driving against Tomei. Turnaround. They're going to say jump ball. He got tied up between Tomei and Hepp, and he had nowhere to go with the ball. And they're lucky the possession arrow favors them. 11:32 to play in the game. Still a 4-point MG lead. Zenz looking to inbound. Still looking now. Loops one up right into the hands of Jimmy Tomei. You can't loop that one. Caden coming in from the left side for the easy two. Caden Nelson is always way ahead of everybody else on the fast break. How does he anticipate that? Coach Z pounding the floor to exhort his charges. Onward, young men. Crew ball, kick it out to Zenz at the top. Zenz drive the lane. No, we're going to get a foul. We're going to get Sam for this one, I believe. What is that on Sam? That is his second is all in the second half. That's the 5th team foul, though. You remember in the first half, Mount Horeb racked up the fouls pretty quickly. Now it's MG's turn. 50-44. Let's see if Zenz loops another one like he did. Nope. Get it out to Ziegler for 3. Drops that one in. Owen Ziegler, the sophomore, his first basket of the night. Makes it a 3-point MG lead. 11 minutes to play in the game. Caden will bring it up for MG. Picked up by Zenz at half court. Sam to Jimmy in the right corner. Jimmy up top to Caden. Caden runs off of Ogden's pick. Trying to go in from the right side. Finds the baseline. Passes over to Houston. 3 ball. Henry! 5 quick points for Henry Houston. A 6-point MG lead. 10:35 to play. Things getting exciting here, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, moms and dads, dogs and cats. This is crew ball working against Henry. Ziegler up top to Larson, guarded by Ogden. Ogden's a good matchup. Oh, Nortman, a long 3. Nope. Rebound, Henry Houston. Henry's played some good minutes off the bench tonight. 10 minutes left in the game. 10:05, to be honest. All right. They loop one in. They loop one in for Ogden, but Coach Z calls the timeout. So with exactly 10 minutes to play, it's a 53-47 MG lead. Man, if you're not here, you should be. If you are here, why are you listening to me? Turn and watch the game. Oh man, this has been great. Hopefully it won't come right down to a last-second shot, but that's what it took for Stoughton to beat Monroe the other night, or last night. Sophomore Adam Hobson, who had a putback with 2 seconds left to win it for the Vikings. Brady Shipper had 15 points. He's been a thorn in our side for 4 years now. He's really the only one that's been a problem for MG. They've handled the rest of the team pretty well. We'll see them or DeForest. DeForest taking on Sauk Prairie last night. Jared Klein had 15 points in the second half. Sauk had led at the half against DeForest, 24-22, then got outscored by the Norskies, 33-15 in the second half. That's turning it up a notch. All right, coming out of the timeout, we've got Houston, Ogden, Caden Nelson, Jimmy Tomei, and Jaden Robinson, his first appearance of the second half. Joey Scalisi injured the first time these two teams played each other, effectively ending his season. He is on the bench, though, able to clap and cheer. That's important. Houston to Caden Nelson, guarded by Nortman. Caden looking for some help, flips it back to Jaden Robinson, top of the key. Jaden back to Caden. Cross court to Henry for 3. Boom, baby! Woo! Henry Houston, a couple of big 3s, and that 2-pointer. He's got 8 points in this half, and it's a 56-47 MG lead, biggest lead of the night. This is Farnsworth. Up top to Zenz. 9:10 to play and a 6-point MG lead. 9-point MG lead, excuse me. Norman to crew ball to Farnsworth, guarded by Houston. Good defense. Farnsworth looking a little frustrated there. Oh, Tomei almost picked the pocket of Nortman. Now Zenz guarded by Jaden Robinson. Long three-pointer missed. They get it to Ziegler, inside to Nortman. No, can't get it to drop. Rebound Tomei. Even with Shrek on the bench, the Silver Eagles can out-rebound this bunch of jokers. No, actually, Mount Horeb, a very good team. You can see why they're this far in the playoffs. Caden Nelson, 9:20 to play, and a 9-point MG lead, 56-47. They can take their time. Big Jake getting ready to come into the game, along with Max Nelson. Both of them with 3 fouls. We're down to gut check time with 8 minutes left. Tomei to Caden. Caden measuring up that 3. Couldn't quite pull the trigger on it, though. Now he'll back up, set things up again. Set him up so he can go one-on-one with Zenz. Tomei on the right side, right in front of the coaches. He'll come up top. Loop it into Ogden. Ogden into the paint. Draws the foul. Not a shooting foul, but tack another one onto the Vikings total. Foul on number 20, Owen Ziegler. Now, Max and Shrek and in there with Houston, Caden, and Sam Hepp. Caden taking the inbound pass, and he draws the foul. They're going to get Zenz with this, or they say he stepped out of bounds? No. They want somebody else to do it. They want Hepp to inbound it. Sam inbounds to Caden Nelson. 7:40 to play in the game. The Silver Eagles still up by 9. Caden into the lane. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but he lost the ball. Zenz on the run. Right down the center of the floor. Now he'll back off. Give it to Farnsworth for 3. Nope. Tipped. Rebound Jake. Woo! Took that one down like they were trying to steal groceries from him. Max Nelson on the right side up top to Caden. Silver Eagles can take their time here. 7:15 to play in the game, and they've got a lead of 9. Now Max will drive in from the right side. Out of bounds. Nobody called it. Caden up top. Nope. Saved by Max. Inside to Jake. No. Caden with the rebound, the putback, and he draws the foul. Couldn't get it to drop, but he gets 2 shots. You're listening to WVMO LP Monona. Doesn't get any more exciting than this. Caden Nelson from the free throw line drops his first one in there. Caden's building up a night like last night. I've got him for 26 already, and we still got a ways to go here. That free throw gives him the 10-point lead. That one makes it 11. Zenz hand off to Nortman, who'll bring it across. Interesting having Nortman and Larson bring it across, the 2 big guys for him. And I suppose they're ceding the fact that they can't compete underneath. Go inside for Classy, though, and he scores 2 in the paint. They're trying to draw the big guys away from the basket, evidently, and hoping the little guys can do some damage. 58-49, back to a 9-point lead. Up top to Jake. Henry Houston underneath to Sam. Sam for 2. Sam's been quiet for the whole second half. This was a good time for him to get a basket. He has 7 on the night. Zenz setting up the offense. 6:15 to play. 60-49. They try to loop one in for Classy. Classy gets the basket and the foul. They're calling that on Henry. Nope, Max Nelson. I didn't see. That's the 4th on Max. So he'll sit down. Jimmy Tomei will come in, so the Silver Eagles with a big lineup again. Caden, the shortest guy at 6'1". Everybody else 6'4" or bigger. Zenz makes the free throw, 60-42. That was Zen's first point of the second half. Shrek inside, can't get it to drop, tipped. Shrek gets it back, Jake for 2. He's in double figures, 10 points for the big man. The 3rd leading all-time scorer for the MG boys. Nortman now, trailing by 10. Gets it inside to Zenz, lost the handle. Oh, they can't call a foul on that. He dribbled off his foot. Timmerman, talk to these guys. Oh, no. That was weak. Zenz to the line. I missed who they called that on. Says Caden on the scoreboard, but I'm not buying that. Zenz hits the free throw. 5:43 to play, 62-53. Zenz with another one, makes it an 8-point game right like that. Just like that. They're saying Caden had the foul, yeah? That would be his second. He had the first foul of the game and nothing until now. 62-54 with 5:35 to play. Tomei way back deep in the left side. Now he'll dribble into the paint. 10-foot floater, no. Rebound, Larson. He'll give it to Zenz, who'll come across the court in a hurry. Up the left side, picked up by Hepp, top of the key now. Long three by Larson, miss. Rebound Jake. Ahead to Sam Hepp. They wanted the dunk there. Sam having to whittle his way around. Has it stripped by Zenz. Zenz down the floor in a hurry. Blocked by Schreck. This time there's no foul. A clean block by the big man. Zenz giving up 8 inches to Jake. And you can see where Jake has plenty of space to get over that little feller's head. That little feller will inbound now. Gets it into Classy on the left side. Now they whip it over to the right to Larson. Larson challenging Tomei. Turnaround. Called for the travel. It's MG ball. Larson and Nortman looking a little frustrated out there. They're their leading scorers. Both of them over 12 points a game. They're off tonight. They're being stymied by the Silver Eagles. They may have their points, but they're having to work for them. Tomei now to Caden up top. Caden guarded by Zenz. Driving in from the right side. Kick it back. Little hook pass to Henry. Up top to Jimmy. Jimmy will back up now. Guarded by Nortman. Now he'll drive. No. Pull back a little bit into the corner. Now he goes baseline. Up top to Caden. Straight towards the hoop. And he draws the foul. And we'll get 2 shots. Fouls adding up for both teams now. 4:31 to play. A 62-54 MG lead. Third foul on Dustin Zenz. Caden Nelson to the line. There we go. Caden is 6 out of 8 from the line. Max Nelson will come back in, and Houston will sit down. So the Silver Eagles, let's see, Schreck will come in too. Their original starting 5 on the floor for MG. Caden makes them both. Add this up. 9, 21. I think he's got 28 again, 28 or 29. He's either tied or set a new career high after setting a career high last night. Ziegler to Classy in the corner. Turn around back to Ziegler in the right corner. Out to Classy. Guarded by Tomei. No drive there for him. You give it to Norman. Norman bumped by Jake. I can't argue that one. Even Timmerman would get that call right. That's the 4th one on Jake. Henry Houston up and off the bench. So Jake will go sit down for a little bit. There's only 4:09 to play, and it's a 10-point MG lead. And this sends Nortman to the line. Norman's been to the line once before, missed both his free throws. He's got only 4 points. Ooh. Makes that one. Mount Horeb fans doing a chant about the fouled player being seated. Not the best of sportsmanship anymore to do that sort of thing. They kind of frown on it. Norman, second one, also good. I've got him for 6 points, half his season average, and it's an 8-point MG lead, just over 4 minutes to play here on WVMO and Monona Community Media YouTube. Jimmy, back to Max up high. Max runs into a double team, gets it over to Caden, into the corner. Houston back up top to Caden. He'll play keep away with Max a little. Max between the circles to Jimmy. Long cross-court pass to Sam. Saves it from going out of bounds. No, he does not. It's Mount Horeb ball. That one was not Sam's fault. That was thrown over his head. Now crew ball sit down, and Farnsworth will come in. Zen's bringing it up. They trail it by 8. 3:33 to play. Ziegler to Nordman up top. To Farnsworth, trying to drive in from the left side. Stop and put up the 3. No. Put back by the Vikings. And we're going to get a foul called against Mount Horeb. Or are they going to say this is on Max? That's the 5th on Max Nelson. He will take a seat. Max will sit down with just 3 points. So Jake will come back in. Jake playing with 4 fouls. That'll send Owen Ziegler to the line for the first time tonight. Ziegler, a 5'11 sophomore. Average 6.4 a game. He's got a big 3-pointer earlier in this half. And a chance to cut into the MG lead. The lead is 8 right now. Now it's 7. This one's getting a little thin. The margin just a little close for me. Larson ready to come back in a minute. Larson will come in for Ziegler apparently. Ziegler sinks them both. That makes it a 64-58 game with 3:19 to play. Light pressure, full court light pressure though by the Vikings. They get it across to Henry Houston. Right corner, out to Jake. He's not going to shoot a 3, not in this situation. Give it to Caden, give it over to Jimmy. Timeout called by Coach Z. Wise move here. You're listening to WVMO LP Monona. Exciting regional championship basketball. After the end of the game, we'll stay tuned for a little bit to cover the award presentation. I'll give you some rundown scoring, and we'll talk about Thursday night's game against the winner of DeForest and Stoughton. 3:03 to play in this one, though, 64-58. Actually, I'm not going to stick around for the presentation unless we win. Who cares if they won it? I'm not rooting for Mount Horeb, even if they beat us. Sorry, can't do it. Nuh-uh, won't happen. It's MG or bust. This team has proven they've got what it takes. This is one of the best teams in school history. 22 wins versus just 1 loss. Chasing the MG record of 26 wins. And that first state championship. All right, the referee's calling them back out on the floor. David, I'm not really disparaging your guys out here. I'm sure they're doing a great job. It's just from this homer's point of view, I think they might have missed a couple, but I could be wrong. Everybody likes to holler at the guys in the striped shirts. That's why they're stripes and not targets. Targets would make it easier, right? All right, Silver Eagles come back on the floor with Jake, Caden, Sam, Jimmy, and Henry Houston. I like this lineup. You can't have Max in there. Henry's a fine substitute, believe me. He's got 8 points, including a couple of huge threes. They inbound it to Jimmy across the timeline. He'll bring it across, guarded by Crewball. Tomei will give it to Houston. Right elbow, dribble up to the top and give it to Caden. Caden will hand off to Jimmy. They're working that right side pretty hard. Jimmy looking for some help, looking inside for Jake. Spin move, 2 for the big man. 12 points for Jake. The lead back to 8. 2:45 to play, 2:35 to play. 3 ball by Nortman. Gunnar Nortman showing why he's called Gunnar. 66-61, closest it's been in quite a while now. Jimmy to the free throw line, into the left side of the lane, can't get it to drop, rebound. Zenz, excuse me, that was Classy. Zenz with the ball right now. He'll give it to Norman. Back to Classy, long 3, in and out, tipped, rebound by Crewball. Bodies on the floor, knocked out of bounds. Oh, the referees are talking. They're going to say Mount Horeb ball. 2:01 to play, a 66-61 lead. Crewball come out, and Farnsworth will come in. They inbound to Classy. Can't get it. Rebound, Jake Schrockenthaler. Jake's got to have at least a dozen rebounds to go with his dozen points. Jimmy, give it to Sam, left corner. Back out to Jimmy. Back to Sam. Back to Jimmy up high. Jimmy will drive in the lane. Kick it back to Henry Houston. Henry looking for some help. Give it to Caden. Caden will drive in from the right side. Nope. He picks up the foul, and we are in the bonus. So we're shooting a 1-and-1. Third foul on Nortman. Caden Nelson. Caden poised to go over 30 points for the first time in his career. Remember, he's just a junior. We get more of this next year. I'm loving it. Yeah, I've got Caden at 30 points right now, and another free throw coming up right here. There we go. Unless I'm mistaken, that's 31 points, a career high for Caden. Ziegler will come in for Zenz. Z for Z. 68-61, minute 33 to play. Silver Eagles hanging on by their fingertips. And a couple times in this game, it looked like they might pull it away with it. They're up by 10, but couldn't quite do it. Now Classy driving against Houston, stop and put up the 8-footer. No, rebound, Jimmy ripped that one down, and Jimmy fouled right away by Larson. No, Nortman. Nortman's fourth foul will send Jimmy to the line for a 1-and-1. And a timeout called by the coach of the the Vikings. Fourth foul on Gunnar Nortman. That could hurt him on both ends of the court. Minute 16 to play, 68-61, and the Silver Eagles will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1. 8 fouls now on Mount Horeb, 9 on the Silver Eagles, so we could very well get into the double bonus shortly. Whew, what a game. Remember the regional trophy presentation immediately after the game? We'll hang with that for a little bit. Paul, if you got to cut me off, go ahead and cut me off for the next show. I'll keep talking through the presentation at least. Thank you, sir. We haven't seen a trophy presentation here for a couple of years, so it's always fun. I mean, it is just the regional championships, but a trophy's a trophy, right? That's why they got that big case out in the lobby. And then we look ahead. Hopefully we look ahead either to Forest or Stoughton. I haven't heard how that game's going. Justin, have you heard anything about Stoughton and DeForest? Stoughton DeForest score? Okay, never mind. There's so much noise here in the gym with 2 pep bands. Hard to communicate. All right, Silver Eagles out on the floor. Ogden, Houston, Caden Nelson, Sam Heppen shooting 1-on-1. Jimmy Tomei. Couple big ones here, Jimmy. Jimmy with just 2 points, both from the line. Nails the first one. Jimmy now 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. Here's another big one, as this will make it a 3-possession game. Well, it's already 3 possession, but this will make it 9-point lead. Off the back of the rim, rebound, Farnsworth. 69-61. Nortman to Classy. Up top to Farnsworth. Farnsworth working against Jimmy. Trouble to Ziegler on the left side. Into Larson, turnaround 8-footer, no. Tipped, no. Ball on the floor. Farnsworth bumped by Hepp. This will be Sam's 3rd foul. Oh, 4th foul on Sam. I missed one here. That's a big deal. So Hepp and Schreckenthal are both with 4 fouls. Nortman missing, or Farnsworth missing his first free throw. Schreck into the game. And Ogden will take a break. Second one for Farnsworth coming up. He drops that one in. Fish coming in now for Farnsworth. Little defensive substitution. He's got fouls to give. Farnsworth doesn't. He's got 3 on him. So the inbound and foul Caden Nelson right away. This is on Zenz. That would be Zenz's 4th. So he's got not much left. 53 seconds left, and that'll send Caden Nelson to the line. All right, 9th team foul, so one more and we're in the double bonus. Now Ogden will come in, Schrecketeller will go out. Houston, Hep, Tomei, and Caden Nelson in. Caden shooting the 1-and-1 here. Caden's made 10 of 12 free throws so far. I've got him over 30 points for the first time in his career, and he drops that one in coolly. (70-62). We're liking this a lot. Caden makes the other one. 71-62. 53 seconds left. Zenz down the floor in a hurry. Silver Eagles playing tight defense. Zenz loses the ball. Caden picks it up. They're going to take their time here. And Henry Houston fouled. That was Farnsworth. That'll be Farnsworth's 5th, I think. Or 4th. No, it's 4th. That'll send Henry Houston to the line for the 1-and-1. Henry, the best free throw shooter on the team. His first trip to the line tonight, and he's money. He had 7 straight in that game against Stoughton. That was huge. 72-62 with 40 seconds left. Henry, that's icing on the cake. 73-62. I don't see Mount Horeb pulling this out unless they hit a rain cloud of threes. Zenz hitting one there, and a timeout called. Now Schreck will come in. 32 seconds to play here on WVMO LP. The voice of Monona, 98.7. Just a little above normal. Hey, and the Mount Horeb Pep Band playing their school song. Good time for it. Bum, bum, bum. 73-65. They got to come up with 8 points. MG's got the ball, though. And a passel of good free throw shooters on this team. And they don't have a lot of fouls to give. Zenz, Farnsworth, and Nortman all with 3 fouls apiece. Or 4 fouls apiece. So next one of those that picks one up is out of here. Silver Eagles playing careful. Max Nelson has already fouled out. Hep and Schrockenthaler both with 4 fouls, but if we alternate them and keep Ogden on the floor. MG Pep Band firing up now. All right. Schrockenthaler, Tomei, Caden, Sam, and Henry. Henry has played some great minutes off the bench the last 2 weeks. He's come in and done exactly what they need. Tomei inbounding against the press. Running the baseline. Goes deep for Jake. To Sam. The dunk! And the foul. That puts the exclamation point on it, ladies and gentlemen. 4th foul on Travis Classie. So 4 other starters with 4 fouls on it. Sam's going to the line. Boom, baby. Sam hits the free throw. Oh, excuse me, that dunk must not have counted. 2 free throws for Sam. The second one coming up right there. That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. 75-65, 28 seconds left. Zenz. They're going to call a foul on Caden here. That would be the 3rd on the young man. We'll total up the scoring at the end here. Get you a semi-accurate figure, at least for the MG guys. Who cares about Mount Horeb at this point? Their season is ending tonight as Dustin Zenz hits a free throw that really doesn't matter. 24 seconds remaining and a 9-point MG lead. This is the type of things where miracles have to happen. I don't mean to get cocky, but I just don't see it happening for these boys. Zenz makes that one. Zenz is a good player. I like this kid. Caden trying to avoid getting fouled there. He gets fouled right in front of the MG bench. This is Larson picking it up. That should be just the second one on Larson. Yes, it is, but that'll send Caden Nelson to the line. Shooting 2. And I've got Caden as 12 out of 14 from the line. Ooh, 12 out of 15. All right, couple subs coming in. Number 12 for them, Logan Rasmussen. Number 5, Ethan Post. Mount Horeb calling it off. Austin Elmer ready to come in for the Silver Eagles. Caden misses the second one. Rebound Larson. 12 seconds left. We're down to 10. Zenz for 3. No. Rebound. Hep. We'll just drill it out, and that's it. The Silver Eagles will advance to the sectionals, winning the regional championship 75-67 over the Mount Horeb Vikings. Let me add up some points here. I've got Caden Nelson with 33 points, 17 in the first half, 16 in the second half. Ogden with 5 points. 9 for Hep. 8 for Henry Houston. Only 3 for Max Nelson, but he played a heck of a game. 3 for Jimmy Tomei, as did he. Both of those defensive stoppers tonight. And Jake Schrockenthaler only 12 points. Only the second Silver Eagle in double figures tonight. Tonight it was Caden Nelson, like it was last night. Caden with a career-high 33 points as they knock out the Mount Horeb Vikings. They will advance to next week's sectional first round game against the winner of Stoughton and DeForest, and hope to move on to the sectional championship and a chance to play for the national title, the state championship at the Kohl Center. Coach Z bringing the boys together to talk to them. Stay humble, be proud of what you did, but stay humble. It's always hard for a group of seniors to say goodbye. This is the last time any of these kids will play on this, or the seniors will play on this floor. Their basketball careers will last at least one more game, but the last time they'll see this bunch of Maple pinned together. Silver Eagles go to 23-1. Mount Horeb goes to 18-6. Here we go. The captain, Schrockenthaler, Ogden, and Max Nelson with the regional championship. Enjoy it, boys. The path gets a lot harder after this. Thursday night at 7 o'clock at Sun Prairie High School. There's a slim chance we can do this one on the radio. I really have my fingers crossed. We'll see. Watch my Monona and WVMO Facebook pages for more information. But if not, this is my last game of the season. I thank you very much for listening to my blathering all year long. I'm Steve Martinelli, and it's been, as always, a great time bringing you MG basketball. Thank you and good